Oh, yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome to the news and updates. It's Halloween, in case you forgot. Are you ready for a haunted Halloween news and updates? I'm Laurel, and let me introduce you to my beautiful and lovely, hauntingly beautiful co-host, Donna.
Well, I hate to pop this bubble, but I have no voice to share for you. So, hello, everyone. I'm Donna McTee, and here to help host another in our third year delivering you the news here around the Altspace community. While today is filled with so many Halloween events, we can barely keep track. We have non-Halloween events to share with you, along with some news and updates you need to know about around the Altspace VR community. And so, as there is many holiday events, let's again start with events before we get into the rest of the Altspace VR news.
Yay! Now I will try to be good. I will try to be good. You know, I do try. It's a full moon for the Northern Hemisphere, a perfect atmosphere for the Halloween evening, but fun won't be found out
Okay, give me emojis if we lost audio. Okay, so apologize. Laurel's having some interesting, terrible times, frustrating times with internet. So it's a full moon for the Northern Hemisphere, a perfect atmosphere for the hallowed evening. But the fun won't be found out there. It's going to be here at Altspace with all the Halloween parties and madness that we are known for. So seriously, pandemic or not, this is where the fun will be. Expect all the events to have a spooky flavor to their normal antics. I apologize. I really don't have her voice. So
keep going.
The collaborative team of news and updates. We are Improv VR, and the Wednesday World Tours team have completed 3 special Halloween World Tour events of the scariest worlds here in Altspace VR. And tonight is the very last one for 2020. Oh my goodness, 2020 has been a year. Hundreds of people have entered the Haunted Mansion and made their way through its maze to discover more than 23 different worlds during each event. This community event features about 25 volunteers who have stepped up to make this possible, with administrative work and haunting the various worlds during the events to thrill and chill you. We have some amazing worlds featured, so don't miss the last event and make sure to bring your friends and family, those ones above 13 years old.
Yes. And hopefully my modem is going to hold up through this event. I get it fixed this week. But it has been wonderful to watch, actually. We just finished the most recent event just a couple hours ago, and it's been wonderful to see people. We go into the next world. And they go, no, I have to wait for my friends. I have to wait for my friends. It is beautiful that this is happening, and the creativity this year for the Haunted World Building tour has been absolutely amazing. We have everything from being chased by ghouls, live and animated, to exploring cemeteries and caves and worlds on fire. We knew there were some people out there that were just a little too eager to embrace the dark side of their nature, like me. But we are so proud of them. It's been amazing. So thanks to everyone, especially our dear friend Karen666, who worked overtime, days without sleep on this, to wrangle volunteers and builders and ensure the scary adventure was a success. And to Diamond, Karen, Mark, Mr. Prime, and everyone who are just some of the best haunters and tour guides and beautiful world builders. Thank you to everyone. The last tour is tonight, and some of these worlds will be locked down for another year, or maybe if you beg, I want to see you beg on your knees. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that. If you beg right, we might do a special haunted event during the year, but many of these will be locked down until maybe next year. So don't miss this opportunity to explore with others some of the great world building that we have going on this season.
Whoops. Coming up next after the show is a grunge Halloween party and Evolve VR's Halloween party with DJ Illuminati to rock your evening with some real Halloween fun.
Yay! I love it, all these. The Halloween house party and Eagle Lord's Haunted Palace are coming up this evening and running late into the night for hanging out and partying your evening away. Do remember, daylight savings time is hitting for most of North America. Check your local calendar. Forgot to add that. Then we have a time shift. We're going to catch up with the EU and with the UK here this weekend.
Yeah, time change is really interesting because it happens exactly during an event I host. So time literally changes where I live half an hour into my event, and we literally are confused about when to begin and when to end and that sort of thing. However,
you're going to be a Doctor Who. You're going to travel through time.
Through time, yeah, exactly. So Black Rock City VR, also known as BRC VR, is hosting the movie Night of the Living Dead in their BRC special event spaces tonight. That's a ton of scaring. So what else is going on in the vast world of events in AltSpace VR? I know there is some sort of normalcy out there, right? Yes, for some of us, yes.
Yeah, normalcy. Seriously, normalcy? Okay, when speaking about normalcy, November 3rd is Election Day in the United States. I don't think there's anything normal about that. There should be, and the AltSpace VR community from around the world will be watching. Now, rumors and assumptions are flying around more than ghosts about the outcome and the response. In some ways, for us living in the United States during this election, it feels like this is actually an election and I hate saying this, but it's kind of like a stereotypical third world conflict zone. That's just what I'm feeling. Stress levels are so high. Voter turnout is higher than ever, expected to surpass the highest electoral turnout since 1908. The National Guard troops and others are standing by to control potential unrest, and rumors and conspiracy theories join the lies coming from the leaders of the country. And, honestly, coming this close to Halloween, it makes you wonder which spirits are in control of this government. It's so weird.
Oh, outside looking in, there isn't much wonder.
Yeah, true.
We know.
Well done.
We've had several election-related events here in Altspace VR, and there will be more on Tuesday. Expect several watch parties by each political side, or open to the public in general.
And Evolve VR offers a pre-US election gathering on Monday to help us find some, I'd like to say reason, but I don't think that's going to happen, but some calm in the crazy anticipation of the election, as well as a chance to wind down and reassess ourselves and attitude the day after, with a morning after election gathering. You know, it's really easy to joke about this, but for many of us, the stress of the past 4 to 5 years has been tremendous, as many things we're very passionate about, like climate change, environmentalism, healthcare, social justice, and more, have been under incredible pressure from all sides. A few moments to calm our hearts and minds is very, very much appreciated. So thank you to the team of Evolve VR for their support of our community.
Now, on Tuesday, Educators in VR's monthly social will also feature an open discussion on the U.S. elections and its impact on students and teachers over the past few years, as well as the impact on the future of education under the potential new leadership. Government leadership continues to dominate funding and educational programs and curriculum in the United States, and this election could seriously impact how and what is taught in U.S. schools for years to come. So join us on Tuesday to share your thoughts.
Especially if you come from outside the United States, we'd love to have you participate. It would be wonderful to hear your perspective. Now, Health Systems Chat, Chuck will be hosting a special Vote in Social VR to pretend to vote. What a great experience, and discuss the future of election technology. That is huge. There's going to be a lot of discussion on that coming up over this next few years. That is happening on Tuesday. Now, let's switch to some truly normal and special events. Donna, what do we have lined up? We have today, in some time zones, is a public live seminar here in Altspace VR with the 4K VR Tokushima Movie Festival, and the only film festival in Japan specializing in 4K, 8K VR video. That is awesome. We need more of these kind of events. Held in the lovely mountain town of Kamiyama in the center of Tokushima Prefecture on the island of, I'm going to mess this up, I hope, Shikoku, close enough. I had it earlier. See, I'm messing up, Donna. There you go. The festival is going. These are beautiful words. I feel terrible messing them up. The festival, the Tokushima Festival, Video Festival, is going virtual this year, like so many other events. And the event was streamed live into Altspace VR. And this is the last day of the event. They're making it public. So the work these creative people are doing in virtual filming is stunning. Is just not even adequate enough for what they're doing for their VR video and stuff. It is just breathtaking. Take some time for some Halloween fun, but check out this event today. And tomorrow, Sunday, Banzai Interactive Cooking with Chef Brandon AD will be fixing Chinese barbecued pork over kaka noodles in a supreme broth. Okay, I'm hungry. Brandon's live cooking shows in Altspace VR are amazing and tongue tantalizing.
Now, back is the UK meetup. It's happening tomorrow, hosted by Daisy Shaw, an opportunity for those in and out of lockdown to stay connected from across the U.S., across the United Kingdom and the world, to hang out here in Altspace VR. We love these events, and Daisy has been bringing together Brits for well over a year here in Altspace VR, so all are welcome. Consider starting your own regional or national meetup.
And I was just checking, and unfortunately, the UK has just released in the last 15-20 minutes a lockdown. There's a new lockdown for England. It could very likely spread to Ireland and Scotland and whatnot. And so just letting you know, if you've been in here for the last few hours, pubs, restaurants, and non-essential retail is to close until December 2nd. Christmas shopping is going to be online, I can tell. And
Just
no mixing.
to clarify
Yep.
on
Yep.
that one, it doesn't start till November 5th. So Thursday, November 5th, the UK will be going into a second lockdown.
Thank you. Then that was what I was just going to say. Beautiful. Thank you. And so no mixing of households inside homes and people told to stay home from schools, courts, construction, universities, etc. No international travel. So guess what? We got VR. There is no excuse to be alone because we have VR here. So check out Daisy's event for sure on that, and so that you can catch up and connect. Thanks. That's breaking news. We don't get to do breaking news very often, Donna. That's kind of cool.
That's right, absolutely. Although not this kind of breaking news, but
usually
breaking news is not good.
Yes,
yeah.
Now, throughout the calendar this month, you will see this image for the Creative Writing Workshops NaNoWriMo events. This is the third year that the Creative Writing Meetup Group has met every day in VR to write together with the goal of completing 50,000 words in 30 days. This is a self-discipline and self-challenge to write the equivalent of the word count of a novel. It's 30 days to put writing first in your life and pretend to be a professional writer. Or if you are one, like me, kick your ass into making sure you put writing first and keep those writing commitments. If you are a writer and you wish to join us, it begins tomorrow, November 1st. It goes for 30 days. We have support meetups to write together every single day in Altspace VR and three times a week on their Discord channel. Come prepared to write in the real world. There will be no sharing of your writing, just writing to prompts to keep the imagination and the words flowing. So please be respectful of this event, as these are this is our third year. This seriously committed writers has zero tolerance for disruption in these events, and they're either seriously committed or should be committed and determined to encourage each other through 30 days of writing at least 1,667 words a day. So thanks for your support.
Now, Michael McDonald is back teaching his English conversation classes in Altspace VR. And it is a joy to have him here, an inspired teacher. If you are struggling with learning English proficiency or know someone who is, we suggest you recommend his VR English classes held regularly throughout the weekend here and in Engage VR to stretch your language skills.
Indeed. And Gay Talk. GAY Talk continues with the talk show on Mondays, hosted by Edmund and Josh Chan, LGBTQ, with special guests each week. The topics they bring up appeal to the LGBTQ community, but everyone else as well. It's a great audience participation show, so check that out on Mondays.
Now, a thing in a place. It continues to disrupt Altspace VR every Monday as well, with Dawn and Stevie and Ashley taking on a variety of subjects, including what they ate at their last meal, or maybe the weather. Anything is possible in this long-running comedy talk show that is unique to Altspace VR.
I think unique is an understatement. Tuesday. Yeah, I think it's been over 2 years, almost 3 years. Tuesday, 2 great entertainment events are back to back as part of the We Are Improv VR team events. First up on Tuesday is both of these are for mature audiences only, event called Lights, Camera, Action with Dosh Kola and Ibo Light. And this is an opportunity for you to show off your acting passions. We have many people are starting theater events here in Altspace. It's really exciting. We've had them before. We're getting them back. What a great time in lockdown. Let your talent shine. It is also followed by the two are also host a talk show called It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere. And it's also for adults because it encourages just a little too much drinking and silliness. And you never know what's going to happen when those two get together.
Now, Wednesday, Dana Maria of the V coaching team from Educators in VR brings us together to another top-notch speaker and topic. Fatima, help me out. Fatima Akar
Yeah, you did great.
is a transformation coach and consultant specializing in transforming people to a higher level of consciousness, helping them break through the self-imposed way of thinking and create stronger and healthier mindsets, removing the dysfunctions in our lives. Her innovative short workshops on Wednesday continue to bring some of the best topics and speakers on changing your life and improving the world. So you don't want to miss them. Simulation Nation with Graham is back this week on Thursday with the ability to screen films during the event. And this week, they are revisiting the anime cyberpunk classic Akira, released in 1988 and set in dystopia 2019. It tells the story of a biker gang leader whose childhood friend develops a telekinetic abilities after a motorcycle accident. And the outcome threatens a military complex. A discussion will follow afterwards. So you guys, hey, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, does anybody even remember 2019? Just feels like it's a million years ago. Yeah, we've been very, very honored lately to have in AltSpace VR the incredible Caitlin Krause. She is the author of books on immersive technology and event and educational design. Her books, Designing Wonder and Mindful by Design, are becoming textbooks for many, many people that are using immersive technologies for education. Educators in VR held her first official book launch for her latest book about a month ago, right here in AltSpace, and she's doing an amazing series with Evolve VR on Saturdays with awareness, meditations, and intentional attention. I love that, intentional attention, for free and paid events, and she will be featured this Thursday with the Virtual World Society's Fireside Chat with Tom Furness. You do not want to miss that. It's just amazing. She and Dana Maria, Captain VR, also a noted VR expert and life coach therapist, are hosting a paid 2-day workshop on self-empowerment and confidence building in just a couple weeks. There are still tickets available. Please see us after the show if you're interested. She's been doing this special series in AltSpace with Evolve VR, and we are so thrilled that she is here. So make sure you check your calendar and track down Caitlin Krause so you can enjoy her.
The Show Off show on Thursdays and Fridays is a great opportunity, like so many we have here in AltSpace VR, to show off and strut your talents. It's also a great way to spend an hour enjoying the great talent we have here in AltSpace VR.
And Saturday, The Process is hosting a wireframing immersive interaction in VR, AR, and MR event on UX principles in virtual design. These tend to fill up fast, so check them out and arrive on time to get a spot.
These are just a few of the many events hosted here in AltSpace VR every day, every week, and every month and throughout the year. If you find an event that you wish to attend, make sure you RSVP, and AltSpace VR will send you an email reminder of the event an hour before the event happens. If you love what they do, check the channels list to see if that event has a channel, and you can subscribe to it to be notified of upcoming events. So take a moment to subscribe to the news and updates channel so you will be notified of our upcoming events so you don't miss a moment of what's going on here in AltSpace. And now we're going to switch to AltSpace VR news. Wow, that was a ton of events and holiday activities. How about some AltSpace news in general?
Now, a week ago, AltSpace VR released some new accessories and clothing for the avatars timed for the Halloween season. We've seen many of you wearing the skeleton hoodies, including there's Ian in the front. He's wearing his. I love it. And we've got Paul wearing his as well. Well done. And we have had way too much fun dressing up our avatars this week, as I have done. It's been too much fun. I'll return to my boring avatar next week.
Now, the Screen Door Effect Club was brightened up for the holiday season with glowy effects, real-time vertex lighting, and audio occlusion to help with the struggles of hosting events in there and not being able to hear yourself think nor talk when others are talking during social events.
That isn't that annoying? It just makes me crazy. So I'm thrilled they've updated it. We are still excited about the arrival of users to AltSpace VR on the soon-to-be released Reverb G2 headset by Valve and Microsoft. As we reported last week, it features some of the highest LCD resolution on the market, better than the HTC Vive Pro and Rift S, and many consider it not just a potential game changer with a longer cable for PCVR access and mobility, but also because it's a bridge. It's a nice bridge between the mobile and high-end VR headsets. So you add a battery backpack that they offer, and it makes it totally mobile. Though weird, but cool. So while it doesn't challenge the audience's demand for mobile. Y'all love mobile devices, aren't they? The cord-free mobile devices. But yeah, I see you. Are you considering getting one? Anybody? I'm kind of giving it a little bit of thought. I'm giving it a little bit of thought. I got to scrape up some money from the bottom of the barrel, but giving it some thought. It looks pretty darn sweet.
Yep. So that's definitely going to be my next headset. So now, educators in VR and other groups are petitioning AltSpace VR to add support for other headsets like the Pico and Lenovo headsets used by many schools around the world. This is huge. So many schools were using Oculus Go. So taking Oculus Go out of circulation for support has a huge impact on education. So let your voice be heard. If this is important to you, send in a support ticket with your plea to include more headsets to altvr.com. So altvr.com/support.
Yes. Now, testing continues with a new closed beta testing project that was announced a couple weeks ago to help with the new web projector that enables in-world streaming of PC or Mac Chrome browser web pages into AltSpace. Cannot wait to make this be public. It's supposed to make media sharing easier and more robust, though you do have to have some stable, heavy-duty internet for this. Currently, it's limited to Chrome users, not other browsers. And the beta testing project is limited, and the limit has already been capped. So I believe the waiting list is also capped as well. Now, we'd like to also remind you that work continues on the Mac client version for 2D desktop access. More and more world builders are updating their worlds and their kits to feature Mac versions. So share the world that AltSpace VR is accessible with a Mac laptop or desktop. Let your Mac user friends know, and the more people who know about it, the more likely to give it a try, and feedback is welcome.
And let them know that their experience may be less than stellar to begin with because everybody's trying to catch up. And so the more users that come in to support that they want the Mac version, the more quickly updates will happen, etc. Okay, so we can't wait till this stabilizes out, and we can just include Mac as just another platform. Now, please subscribe to our news and updates Discord, AltSpace VR channel, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and stay in touch with our live stream or recorded YouTube shows to stay updated with what's going on with AltSpace VR. We're very proud of what we've created here and built here, and we do this for you. So thank you for being here and supporting us so much. It's really appreciated.
It is. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's on to some world building news. Recent updates with the world builders in mind over the past few weeks has left many of us dancing for joy. We're still happy about it. We are also hearing more and more rumors about the improvements coming to web portals and web-based content in worlds and events.
So AltSpace VR is also working to replace one of the great losses when we lost the web browser. and that is the ability to have links to teleport between worlds and events. We're waiting for details, but it looks like this new feature may be coming soon. Teleporters have many performance issues as well as usability issues. New users don't understand how to use them and are often suspicious, but they also aren't very performant for mobile users, though much improved from the older version. So we're eager for improvements to link worlds together.
Absolutely. And if you haven't yet checked it out, do check out the World Diagnostics panel added to the World Editor. No more excuses for not checking the diagnostics as you build to ensure a performant and VR headset friendly world. Keep your numbers in the green, maybe a little bit of yellow, and rejoice. To access it, look for the little alert symbol in the lower left corner of the World Editor and click on it to generate in real time the World Diagnostics panel. If the numbers are green, they're good. Yellow is warning, and red means you stepped over the limits. I so love this. This is so helpful to not have to flip out and go to the web page. It's beautiful.
Now let's talk about backups for a moment. In AltSpace VR, there are different types of backups. If you are using Unity, the stored version of the template on your computer is a backup. Make sure to make changes by saved version number as you build, just in case you change your mind and want to go back. So to be sure not to delete those old backups, there's a reason for keeping them. Many builders work with GitHub source control for their Unity projects, as well to ensure version control.
The World Editor also features backups. There are auto backups that save the state of your world as you add things. But take time to do a manual backup to save the world before you make any major changes, so you have something to return back to if you change your mind. Trust me, I've lost a lot of life to these kind of mistakes here. If you do wish to roll back your backup, just use the tool to reset back to your previous stopping point.
While the backups are now automatic, remember they are there and use them. Many a wasted hour, week, a month was spent replacing the damage done to a world that wasn't properly backed up, or deletions were made we didn't intend to do. There is no undo in world building here. I have to say that would be one of the features to scream about, right? To just click that little arrow that we've all become used to in so many apps and just say, please undo what I just tragically did without thinking. So there's no undo here, but we can restore backups. So that is a way. So make sure you can't have too many backups. So make sure you take advantage of that.
Absolutely. Now, Kai and Benji have been working hard on their various browser replacement MREs, as well as the one that AltSpace has been worked on. Benji's slide MRE is invaluable for generating slides from slides.com and Google Slides for presentations. And Ben is working on it all the time, so your feedback is always welcome. Kai has updated the video player MRE, yes, to include playlist tabs and improved persistency. So check those out in the AltSpace VR Discord's MRE discussion channel for details. Love that our community has done this.
So much work went into the Halloween events this week. So again, we want to thank Mark, our producer, for his hard work on the Haunted Victorian Mansion. It's really incredible. And we'd also like to thank Mr. Prime for his amazing spooky kits and the amount of work he put into making them compatible with the current version of Unity, as well as helping make them performant for Quest users. He worked long hours to make sure the kits worked as well for Mac users. So you guys, another huge set of hearts for these guys. It really does take a lot of time, and they've got jobs to do, and they do this in their spare time for us. So thank you.
Yay! And thank you to the entire community for all of their hard work, world building, and we hope that you were among the scaring volunteers that came out to chase people around the event on this community-wide Halloween event. So please show them your appreciation by bringing your friends and new acquaintances through the tour today, the last tour to show off the amazing world building skills of this community and the dark side of their forces.
Inspired by the Halloween world building events and worlds, we have more holiday events and worlds coming up for you to build and entertain for all the holidays this year. Remember, there are a ton of videos and in-world classes on world building with Carnivore and the Computer Science and VR team for free and paid, and others are taking taking advantage of the free access to Unity classes on the Unity website. And then all the free information and tutorials out there for the AltSpace VR community and beyond.
I love it. Now, we would love to see your creativity unleashed here in AltSpace VR, pushing the boundaries of the possible. So when you finish your world, share it with us on our News and Updates Discord under Share Your World, and we may feature it here in the news.
And if you're looking for inspiration, make sure to check out the World Tours with Daisy Shaw on Tuesdays and the Wednesday World Tours. Holiday Worlds are on the schedule for November and December to inspire you to create your own for the holiday season that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are you ready? Drum roll.
Okay.
Right.
So, the US election. Thoughts, worries, fears, impact on your lives, how we should honor it as a community in AltSpace VR. Not just the US elections, but issues facing nations around the world about the pandemic, the politics to rights. What would you like to see here?
So I am so thrilled. The community here in AltSpace is so responsive. When there's earthquake, hurricanes, we have watch parties so that you can share with others the experience of watching that hurricane, and not, to places that you're personally attached to or interested in. And the election is no different. We have some great events that are going on. And there are groups that are creating events on a regular basis to take on some really challenging discussions. Educators in VR just had one on the impact of teaching in the pandemic. Big open discussion. It was amazing. We also Educators in VR just finished the cyberbullying month, and we had some fantastic discussions about that. There are people that are, we have Evolve VR has their mortality discussions and meditations, and they're just amazing topics. So we want to put it out to you. Use the raise hand button in your lower right corner. Click it. If you tell us about if you've been to some of these wonderful watch parties or open discussions in your experience, and what are the kind of topics do you think that are important to host here and have that dialogue? Donna, how about you?
Oh, $200 to Pasco, please. I don't have a quick answer for this one. I don't know. I have to think about it. It might have something to do with the number of minutes I was awake before the show began.
I understand that.
Sorry, I'm really coming up
That's
with
okay.
a blank. That does not
also-
happen often.
I know, but I want to say something here before we get in. So think about what kind of topics you would like to have here, but I'd like to take a moment, and I want to give some major kudos to my partner here, Donna McTee, who produced, along with Dr. Angelina Dayton, the VR lady, and the whole Educators in VR and Students VR team, one of the most amazing 2-day conferences for students in VR on Thursday and Friday. That was incredible. Some of the best speakers, best topics, beautiful scheduled. So everybody, round of hearts and applause for Donna McTee, who's still recovering from this amazing 2-day conference right here in AltSpace.
Thank you so much. It really was fun. We are blessed with amazing talent that is even not used to VR, right? So willing to come in VR and speak for the first time inside virtual reality, which is no small feat when you're used to being in with real life audiences. It's really quite different. But yeah, the speakers were just absolutely incredible. And I don't know about you guys, but when you host something for, like, when you work for it for a long time and it's over now and you think, oh, now I can sleep, that's the time where your body says, what?
Yeah.
So you can't sleep right away. It's very frustrating. So, but yeah, really, really happy with the different presentations. And so there's going to be more to come from every one of the presenters. So thanks for mentioning it, Laurel. The content was stellar.
Thank you. And one of the topics that was covered is one that I think we need more of here in AltSpace, which the question still stands, and that is the learn to discern. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, just to talk about the fact that we get so much information and how we process information has, we've adapted to how we process information, and we really have to think about how we read a headline, and when we read it, we interject 10 words into it. So now we read what we think we read rather than what was actually said. There's so many things about discerning what's true, what's fact. Right now, the entire world is sitting on this teeter of fact and truth. Like, what is it? We used to know the sky was blue. We may argue about when the rain's coming, but at least we agreed the sky was blue. Right now, we've got a bunch of leaders that are telling us it's pink, and there's a bunch of people that are seeing pink, the pink dress and the blue dress or whatever, right? We have all of these things. So it's so we're going to hear more about this in Students in VR and Educators in VR about not only us going through disinformation, but teaching the generations behind us, teaching students, teaching kids right from the very beginning how not to take everything you hear and read as fact just because it is listed in a place where you consider it to be an authority on a subject does not make it true. And I won't go through the example, but I will say that Sasha took us through, our speaker comes from Ukraine, and Sasha took us through a story that was done by BBC. Now, how many people see a story in BBC and immediately trust it because the source is BBC? I'll put up my hand right now and just say, if it comes from the BBC, I consider it to have already a level of accuracy to it, because don't they go through a process, right? Well, he showed us a story that was 100% non-fiction or fiction. Fiction.
It was fiction.
Sorry,
it was
fiction. Yeah, it was all made up. The people interviewed, everything that was said, 100% of it was not true. Now you start to think, oh, in North America, we're not fed propaganda. Wrong. Right. So anyways, it's very fascinating, and I can't wait to, holy cow, I haven't done that for a long time.
You got excited.
I'm not even doing the Laurel Halloween thing. No, I'm excited to have Mark, there's something wrong with our emoji thing. We're going to hear more about it, both from Students in VR and from Educators in VR. And I'm really excited about that.
Oh, that is too funny. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was so weird. Anyway, it's just a shared boo-boo there. One of the great examples that he gave, because this learn to discern, I think, is important for all of us as well as for students, and as Donna so beautifully said. But one of the examples he gave struck really home with me. My husband and I had a great discussion about it. Was that there was an article. The article said that 70% of Facebook users do not read past the headline, and it had something like 215,000 shares, and it was listed right. If you look closely, you saw it had all those shares. And the article actually was the research, because the first paragraph said, research has shown us that 70% of all Facebook users do not read past the headline or the first paragraph. Second paragraph was lorem ipsum. Garbage. It was completely gibberish. The third
There's-
paragraph was complete gibberish, and yet it was shared over 200,000 times because it proved the point. It was like we've forgotten that it takes a minute to read, it takes a minute to absorb, it takes time to really understand a concept. You can't just look at a headline and call it good and then pass it on.
I'll mention one more. Sorry, a lot of his conversation I was working in, so I have to go back to the video to hear a lot. But Sasha and I got a chance to talk quite a bit before, like as we were leading up to the conference, and he included one where it was a video about penguins flying, and he told me that he had actually had a teacher. It wasn't, I mean, it was just significant that it was a teacher come up to him and say she had no idea that penguins did, that penguins flew, because there was a video that showed penguins flying, right? We could do amazing things with video. Anyways, it's really,
and
really...
the thing about it is that she believed it, and it was clearly identified as an April 1st, April Fool's joke. To have flying penguins, but it was done in the style of David Attenborough, but it was clearly done as a joke, and yet she believed it. So even satire can be interpreted as truth.
Now, can I tell you, we may all want some of this on Tuesday. I have to tell you that when we wake up Wednesday, if we wake up Wednesday morning the way we did in 2016, lots of us are going to, I can't imagine. So interesting conversations about, so anybody, we get back to
but what are some topics that you think are worth having here? Last chance, hit the raise hand button, that you want to see here in Altspace. What are some important concerns, passions of yours? Hit that raise hand button.
Is there something you'd like to learn? If anybody, like we played with you, we've been pleading for 3 years plus, and like seriously, somebody needs to just get this done. Somebody just please teach Laurel to knit, and then that would just be over. So if you know how to knit, come and see me. I've got a job for you.
I want a knitting meetup so badly. I can knit, but I knit for shit. And so I really, 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 really want a knitting meetup here in Altspace. Yes, thank you for reminding me. I will be the first person in line for your knitting meetup, because it's, yarn, knitting stuff, crochet stuff. There's some beautiful stuff being done, and I want to know how to do it better because I suck at it. All right, Alex, you're up. Alex?
Yeah.
There you are.
How's
All
that?
right. Yes, beautiful.
Cool.
All right, what do you want here in Altspace?
First of all, I'm coming to you from the middle of the Pacific. I'm on a tiny little island called Norfolk, so hi. Nice to see a lot of the
Welcome.
North American cousins. Thank you.
We're from everywhere here.
Awesome.
Excellent.
We actually have an event coming up with a bunch of VR academics that are presenting on Thursday as part of SIGGRAPH Frontiers. So please come along to that, because that's talking about new advances in hardware and how that's going to affect hardware and social environments. And I think what's interesting is there's not a lot of academics that enter into this space just yet, at least not from where I'm coming from. I'm based within a university. So there's lots of there's heaps of XR researchers that never come into Altspace. So we're trying to invite them in here, part of this conference.
Wonderful. Make sure you try to get that event featured. It must have been on the I missed it, because I mentioned many SIGGRAPH events here in the news. And Donna, you want to tell them about Educators in VR?
Do I?
Please.
Oh, you mean, sorry. So Educators in VR actually has a huge presence here in Altspace, with also a huge Discord server conversation. So academics and students getting together and sharing information. And so something you want to check out is the Discord channel, but here, Discord server. But here in Altspace, we have a lot of Educator in VR focused events and lots of different tracks. So whether it's research, we have a new one that's been started for for homeschooling. We have VR coaching and language, and there's new ones that are going to be coming up for 2021. So we're really excited about what Educators in VR does here in AltSpace, bringing together, like you said, academics, etc., researchers. But I will say that what I always tell the 101 class is that we are literally not early adopters. We are still the pioneers with machetes trying to, cut down those things in our way so that we actually have a path to what social VR is going to look like. And so when you say there's not many in the scope of things, you're right, because there's so few in every industry and every walk of life right now that haven't experienced social VR yet. And there's lots of VR apps out there. What's unique about social VR is community, right? And that's what we all love. We all love Cheers. We all get to have our Cheers. You remember the TV show where everybody knows your name? That's what a community like a social VR community like AltSpace does, right? We have our place, we have our community, and so we so desperately need that community to build. So the last thing I'll say is, if you are an event host, make sure your events are literally tied to a channel. If you're a consumer of events, please check on the website for channels. There's featured, but there's also all. And when you go through all, you can find some of the most amazing topics that maybe you did not know were here in AltSpace. When you click on them, you'll know some of the channels, they haven't had an event for a year or two, but there's others that had an event last week and you had no idea. So subscribing to channels is a great way to keep up with what's happening. So we always, we push it to you guys. You hear it many times from us to subscribe to channels, but it really is important to stay up with what's happening here in AltSpace. So it was a great comment, Alex, and we're excited about what's happening.
SIGGRAPH is amazing, absolutely amazing. It's a special interest group that has different divisions and things, and we are so thrilled to have you join us here on AltSpace. Educators in VR is heading into its third year, and there's over 3,000 fairly active members. So of academic, as Donna just said, of academics and students, and we'd love to learn more about what you're doing and see how we can work together, because we are the pioneers here. So thank you, Alex, and good luck with your event. I'll make sure and share it. I'm going to dig it up and share it with our Educators in VR members. All right. So, Donna, are you ready?
For which thing?
To take this thing out. That is all for this week's news and updates.
Okay.
Yay.
Yes.
We live stream the news onto YouTube every week, and you can catch up with past episodes to learn more about how AltSpace VR works and what's going on in the community. And trust me, we have some fun stuff planned for this holiday season. This Halloween tour is like the least we can do. So we feature the AltSpace VR announcements feed in our news and updates Discord server, so you don't miss a minute of the news.
Now remember, the conversation doesn't stop here in AltSpace VR. Discord is actually our home base for our community outside of AltSpace VR, and we invite you to join the News and Updates Discord server to keep up with the news and activities here and around the VR industry. And to share your worlds, that's really important, and news you may find or events you hear about and updates, share them with us at discord.me/news updates. There's no and in there. So discord.me/news updates. Please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channel so others can keep up with the news here and around AltSpace as well.
If you'd like to volunteer to help us out, we would love it. We do this for you, but we also need your help. This is an amazing opportunity to learn how a show works from behind the scenes and to learn how to mod and how to host your own event. So we would love, we've trained many of them over the years. We're heading into our third year here for news and updates. So we need people to help us film, live stream the news, and we need people to supply us with pictures and news from the events and activities all around AltSpace VR. We need writers and editors, photographers, reporters, moderators, backup hosts, you name it. So if you'd like to come join the family here, let us know on our Discord server after the show.
Also, We will hang around after the news to answer your questions and to talk about what you are doing in Altspace VR. So stick around, as we'd love to chat with you. Thanks to our news and update volunteers and moderators that help make this such a success. Seriously, guys, we say it every week and we mean it heartfully every week. It takes a village to make anything happen in a community, right? And these guys are so important to us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So with these uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay! Woo! All right, I'm gonna go back to my wings.